We finally have the first 2 expansions for HOST WCG. Hello and welcome to the channel where we talk about all things Vaishvot and chill with friends. My name is Liam and today we're talking about HOST WCG and the brand new expansion. If you are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and if you enjoy what we do here, please let me know by hitting that like button. And as well as that, check out my other social medias on X, on Twitch and on Discord. Those links are down in the description below, but let's jump straight in. So today I'm very lucky to be able to reveal 4 new cards from the 2 brand new expansions coming to HOST WCG, and they look pretty good. And the first expansion is called Wraiths of Wrath, where it focuses on Strife and Authority to power up those decks, looking at some very strong vampires and some really new mechanics as well. And the very first card I get to reveal is the very first dual faction host, the Engulfing Shadow. With a max health of 7 and hand size of 6, the Engulfing Shadow has the host effect. If an entity would get -X health and -X power until end of turn, it instead gets -X health and -X power. Now let me explain. So throughout this expansion we are going to be seeing new cards to give -X health and -X power, and there are ones that already exist as well from the first deck building set. Now instead of it being just until end of turn, that minus power and minus health becomes permanent. That could be quite deadly in a lot of decks. But we are going to see more cards that give -X power and -X health, such as this brand new sorcery, Emanation. And this is a 2 strife cost and X generic cost, where entities your opponent control get -X health and -X power until end of turn. Now that is all entities that your opponent controls, and you can control exactly how much health and power they're going to lose. Now this card is actually kind of nuts in the sense of, if your opponent has, 5 entities on their side of the field and you decide to go, oh, I'm gonna neg 3 power, neg 3 health from your entities. If an entity hits 0 health, it is sent to the drop zone immediately, and it's not destroyed either, so it doesn't even trigger the on destruction effect. So this card is fantastic for some really awesome board control. Moving on to expansion set 2, Spirits of Serenity, which adds cards for Amity and for emotion. And the first card to cover here is Angelic Armor, a 1 emotion cost a sorcery equipment, which when this sorcery is cast, draw a card, and also equipped entity gets Defender. Now Defender is a brand new keyword to host, where it basically acts like Taunt in Hearthstone, where if a entity has Defender, your opponent must attack that before deciding to attack anything else. Now why is this so relevant? In preparation for the release of expansion sets 1 and 2, there is going to be a brand new rule change where beforehand, if your opponent had entities on the field, you had to attack them first before being able to attack the host. That has now changed, that you can target a host for an attack regardless of if your opponent has entities or not, unless they have an entity with Defender. Now whilst I haven't got the card to hand, I do know that there will be a new entity that has Defender as a base ability, but this Angelic Armor basically means that you can turn any of your entities into a Defender, whether that be a big Meridius Dragon or a big Sphinx of Old. You can make a 7/7 or a 5/4 entity with Defender, which if your opponent cannot deal with that, spells massive issues for them to be able to be aggressive onto your host. And the final card I get to share with you is another sorcery called Magic Click, a 1 generic cost sorcery which has an impulse keyword, and it prevents target card with cost 1 or less. Now prevent is the same as sort of like negating. Basically a card that's being played is just stopped. It's basically acted as if it's not played, and just goes straight to the drop zone. They still pay the cost for that card. You basically negate it. It's basically a counter spell, if you will. And I do think that Magic Click will be run in a lot of decks because it's just 1 generic cost. Any deck can basically run it, and given that, the cards like Mind Control has been restricted to 2, this card is a fantastic filler to be able to react during your opponent's turn, and deals with a lot of decks that have a lot of low cost entities, such as Binky's character deck. All of those predators are 0 cost. A lot of the prey tend to be 1 cost as well, so you can just stop those cards ever happening. You can stop the likes of Emil the Hedgehog. There's a lot you can do with this card to prevent your opponent from doing things, and I think this is going to see a lot more interactive ability within the game of Host. But those are the brand new reveals that are coming with the expansion set 1 and 2 for Host WCG. These will be available by the end of September, and as always with every single Host product, you buy one product and you get a playset of every single card available in that release. And if you haven't already, make sure you check out my link in the description below to Future Universe's blog, where they have got more reveals from the expansion set, so make sure you go check those out. But I'm excited for the brand new expansion sets for Host. I hope you are too, and again, please make sure you check out host-wcg.co.uk to see more about the game. But that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy what we do here, please let me know by hitting that like button. But apart from that, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!